Hello everybody, this is Conor Tracy, Big Red SEO. Let me get that camera in here. It should be here somewhere. There we go. I'm here. Hey. So, as usual, a slight little hiccup with the Facebook Live Go Live. But today, what I wanted to chat about was Bing and Google. So, in the grand scheme of things, my prediction over the next year, maybe the next 18 months, Google and Bing are going to have another battle. They had one a few years ago. Bing didn't win all that well. But they're going to have another battle. Bing is putting a lot of money back into their search engine, how it all operates, and some of the tools for webmasters. And that's one of the things we're going to talk about today. I just need to make sure that this whole thing is streaming. It says I am there. It says I'm not doing any comment moderation. So if you're in here, say hello. Hopefully you followed my directions from before and you grabbed a drink. I've got my drink. So let's see. Like I said, the two big things that are happening right now. Bing has updated their Webmaster Tools area. Google has also, but Google went the opposite way. They started removing a bunch of things that would normally help webmasters. Bing added in a bunch of things that are kind of awesome. A lot of people forget about Bing when they're doing SEO of any kind, or if you're updating an XML sitemap or anything like that. A lot of people kind of forget doing the setups on Bing. But it can be quite powerful. You know, I brought up stats, which were they were kind of shocking when I saw them. But one of them had to do with just their market share in general. So Bing overall has a market share of about 3%. Here in the US, they have about a 7% share, 13 if you're on desktop. But a 7% share is not that great. It just isn't. Yahoo has a 3.4, and then Google takes the other 87%. But some of the things that are cool about Bing is that 37% of the people on Bing have a household income of $100,000 or more, and more than half of their people have a bachelor's degree or a graduate degree. So depending on your target demographic, your age demographic, things like that, Bing can have a big impact. When we were working with some people in the health sector and in the elder care sector, Bing was the area that we focused on primarily because that was the areas that they were in. You have to cater towards Google, of course, but Bing was where they were at. So we made sure everything was working there with Bing. But Bing, like I said, they updated a handful of things, and they have updated now what they're calling their Bing Webmaster Tools, BWT. Google used to have Google Webmaster Tools. They changed that name to Google Search Console. They can do a lot of things in there. They've also removed a lot of things. One of the things that they removed, and I'm not all that happy that they did, it has to do with schema markup and rich snippets and things like that. So they removed one of their testing tools. They replaced it with what they're calling their rich results test. And you can access that and do your scans. I don't like the layout. It has most of the same features. It requires a couple extra clicks to get to what I want, whereas before it was all right there in front of me. And I guess that's the reason that they updated the tool, was because everything was right there in front of you, and it was confusing other people. So is what it is, but I'm not a fan of them removing the tool, which I've enjoyed for the last 3 or 4 years, and now they've decided to retire it. But that's how Google operates. They're always in testing. So going back to Bing, because my prediction over the next 12, 18 months, the two of them are going to go head-to-head again. Bing is putting a lot of money into their search engines and how the results are being shown, and then the tools for the webmasters. They're just dumping it in there. Their new update that came up this week was awesome. There's no other word for it. Some of the things that they did, which were really cool. They put in a URL inspection tool. Now, you could do that with Google. Inside your Google Webmaster Tools, you can do an inspection on your URL, see just what Google is seeing and all that fun stuff. But the cool thing that Bing did was they not only allow you to inspect your URL, but you can also inspect any URL, including your competition. So now, instead of getting like a normal site scan where you would get 404 errors, links, missing titles, descriptions, anything like that, you can now get all that from their inside tool and get all that on your competition. Now, when I say their link or their backlink tool that they have, and that's another section inside of their system, it's not going to replace a standalone backlink tool. You know, if you're using SEMrush or SpyFu or Moz or Ahrefs or any of those guys, they're going to have a better system when it comes to the backlinks. But Bing does have something in there, and that's always helpful. So you can have a look at the links, see where people, your competition, are getting links from, and then approach those same places if those links were of value. So that's kind of cool. One of the things that they put in there. They also have a robots.txt tester. You've got that inside of Google also. Many web hosts also provide that. So, you know, take it or leave it. But like I said, the big thing, being able to analyze the other websites or other competitors, that's kind of a big deal. Especially for people who are just starting out. It's a great tool for people that are just getting into SEO or just needing to check a handful of things, but not necessarily the full gamut, not going out and buying all the hundreds of dollars of softwares that we end up buying. Or leasing. It's a monthly subscription service. So yeah, the backlinks, that's kind of cool. You can see similar sites. So again, they'll go through, they'll rank your website, find out what your demographic or what it is. Based on the links, based on your ranking, it'll put you into a bucket on who your people are that you're going after. And with that, you can now see similar sites. And then based on that, you're able to reverse what they're doing and then hopefully capitalize on it. Of course, if you're in an automotive repair category, that's your business, and Bing says that your similar sites are auto sales, then you've got some work to do on your website, whether it's content or the links being generated or both, to move you out of this one bucket and into another bucket. Okay. Keyword research tool, they actually have one built in. It's not as great as some of the others. Some of the other tools like Ubersuggest or, again, Ahrefs I come back to, or Moz has a keyword explorer. Those are going to be better than what Bing offers for their keyword research tool. But it does offer some information. So, I mean, that's always good, right? Got Casey in here. Hi, Casey. I am on. I'm in the car. Driving to a pig roast in Dundee. Nice. Oh, that's Bruce. I'm sorry. That's not Casey. That's Bruce. Can you tell I don't have my glasses on, buddy? Great to have you here, sir. Check out the Bing Webmaster Tools. It's kind of a neat little tool that they've done. So the other stuff on here, like I said, the removal of the structured data testing tool out of Google, that kind of just pisses me off, but it is what it is. Oh, Casey is here. Hey, Casey. And then the last item on here, so there's two. Along with this whole Bing Webmaster Tools update that they did, Bing also released a plugin for WordPress. Now, they are going to release it for other systems and other tools, but they started with WordPress. When you make an update, make a change within your website, it will automatically contact Bing and tell them, come back and recrawl my site now. So with a sitemap, the way sitemaps generally work is that you have a full list of all the URLs within the website, and you're telling Google or you're telling Bing, hey, these are all the site, or these are all the pages I want you to check out. It's up to them how often they want to come back to your website to see if anything's different. If you're constantly updating your website, which is what we recommend, then Google is going to come back every couple of days. Depending how often you're doing updates, you can get that response time under 15 minutes. When I ran the web hosting company years ago, our response time with Google was 15 minutes. And the reason was that we had things that were automatically changing on the site. We had server status tools. We had trouble ticket tools. all these different things with stats and numbers that were always changing on the homepage. And as a result, Google always came back to find out what's new. And then, of course, we had our blogs that we always updated every day or every 2 days. So those also played factors in there. But with the new plugin that Bing has done for WordPress, it now takes that information, the moment that it's posted, sends that to Bing and says, hey, I've got new information. Come back and check it out. So that's kind of cool that they've done that. Google does have SiteKit, which is something that they had put into WordPress also. So they have a plugin. It does something similar. The issue that I found with SiteKit was that if you went to update the plugin, it disabled the plugin, updated it, re-enabled it, but then all the settings were blown out. I'm sure that's been fixed, but that was kind of a pain in the butt for me. It had Google Analytics integrated and all that kind of fun stuff, but the fact that it removed settings, that just drives me crazy. I mean, I don't like change to begin with, but then to have something that's supposed to just be an update, that's annoying. So that is kind of everything I've got on my list. It's a short video today. Like I said, Kim's not here with me today. Kim usually prods me for more information. I just had a sheet of stuff to run through. I knew I had my glass of wine, so I was happy with that. But that's it. Check out Bing Webmaster Tools. Go there, sign up, log in, whatever you have to do. Get your website submitted over there. Get all the XML sitemap that you upload to Google. Put that over there with Bing. Make sure your schema stuff is all set up and working correctly. And then check their site to see if they're finding any errors. They do some rendering to see what your website's going to look like on a desktop and on mobile. Google does that also inside of their search engine console. But upload to Bing, check it out. Like I said, the next 18 months here. So what are we? We're July 2020. So I would say by July 2021 or December 2021, Google and Bing are going to restart that rivalry again. And you're going to see a lot more ads on TV for Bing, a lot more ads on the internet for Bing. And I think they're going to make a run for it. I don't know how they'll do. I won't be brave enough to predict that part. But definitely with the new changes that they've made and now a focus again for SEO tools and for webmasters, yeah, I definitely see them doing stuff. So there you go. That's all I got today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, put them in the comments down below and I'll be sure to answer them. All right, guys. That's it. I got to find a button and get out of here. All right. Have a great day now. Thank you.